Welcome to this video. Now, listen, I was talking to this lady today, man, in the store. And this lady was saying how she is 50, well, she said she was 55 years old, right? 55 years old, you know, and then she starts crying, you know, so I'm wondering, like, okay, you're 55 years old, why are you crying? Like, you should be grateful that you're 55. Well, she was talking about how she had to work a job that she didn't like. She didn't know if she would ever be able to retire. She literally felt like she would be working a 9 to 5 until she died. And then it hit me, it's like, damn, like, you know, instead of being in that situation, people could literally choose to learn high income skills, start applying, and change that situation. But see, the thing is, you know, most people wait until it's too late. Most people wait until they're too old to do anything. And I would never call anybody old, but most people wait until they're at the age where, you know, they're not technical. You know, things are not as easy as they used to be. And you don't want to wait until that situation.
How would you like to make money online like this? Listen, it's no secret. I've been making money online for a long time, and I want to show you how you can make your first $1,000 online while you sleep. It's 100% free. All you got to do is click the link below and join into your email, and I will send you a free training video. Free training video. I'm not charging you anything. 100% free, showing you how to make your first $1,000 online while you sleep.
Okay, so this is the next day because YouTube would flag me. So, but think about it. Like, what do you do when you are in a situation where, you know, nobody's getting younger? So I feel 100% comfortable saying this, but what happens when you're getting older every single day and you're seeing many opportunities online, right? You're seeing opportunities everywhere, but you don't trust anything. You're afraid to make a move. The thing that happens when people are in that place is you get to the point to where you're just saving money. Now, I'm not against saving money, but here's the thing. I save money to invest. I don't save money to save money. Because the mindset behind saving money is, you know, think of the mindset behind that. You know, when you have a mindset of, I need to save money, you're in a place where you're thinking or focusing on lack. You're focusing on not having the money that you need to be able to get to another level. So the act of saving your money is actually not going to do anything for you because the mindset behind it comes from a lack or a place of you focusing on being without. So it's not the act of saving that has to change. Well, it is the act of saving that has to change. You don't want to save just to save. You want to save to put your money into a vehicle that can make you more money. That way, later on, you're in a better position. But see, people don't focus on that. People don't think about that. People think more about how things are right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. People think more about, you know, well, right now I can't afford this. Right now I'm not able to drive what I want to drive. Right now I'm not, and I mean, it even sickens me to even let those words come out of my mouth. So it's the thought behind what you're doing that has to change. Now, I'm really speaking to my people that's 40, 50, 60 years old. We've all grew up in this system where they talk about go to school, graduate, go to college, get a good job, and then retire, right? You can automatically look at how this world is working right now and automatically see that retirement is out of the window for a lot of people. Out of the window. Like, I'm thinking right now, and I know 60, 70, even 80-year-old people that's working right now. working. Not because they want to, but because they have to. So, I mean, you know, the thought process behind how you're living is what has to change. Especially since we're all just getting older day by day. The last thing you want to do is wait until you're in a situation where, you know, being technical is too difficult. That's usually when you get around 50, 60, 70 years old. When you get to that point, the only thing you can do is to be a greeter at Walmart. Think about that. Is that what you want to do? Is that what's going to make you happy? I'm willing to bet money it won't. I'm willing to bet money it won't. Nobody's happy about waking up, going to a job because they have to. If that's the mindset behind you going to work, there's no way you could tell me that you're happy with your life. There's no way you could tell me that, because I know that's a lie. I know that's a lie. So it would seem like to me that if you wake up every day and you go somewhere that you are unhappy to go, that the responsibility is on you to figure out, what do I have to do now in order to change my later on? That should be the thought. Because it's crazy to be in a situation where, you know, people call something a scam, or people say that they're afraid to start a business, or people say that they're afraid to invest, or people say that they're fearful and things are not going to work. And you're thinking like this, but in the same token, you go to a job that you don't like, that pays you not even enough money to take care of everything that you have to take care of. So it's like, what do you do when you're in that situation? What do you do? Do you continue to work the job because you feel in your mind that you have to, and you just literally just work forever at a place that you don't want to work? You never grow. You never get to another level. You never even feel what it feels like to be able to vacation where you want. You never get the feeling of being able to go to a store and buy what you want, not what you can afford. Is that the life that people want? Because it would seem like to me, like, it's like, on one hand, people say, well, you know, I'm tired of working a 9 to 5. I'm sick of working my job. I'm sick of doing this. I'm sick of working for somebody else. And then they see an opportunity to invest some money to learn. It's not to invest money to be able to mess your finances up. It's to invest to learn skills that can help you be able to make the money that you need to make later on. But people are unwilling to do that. Not everybody. Some people are unwilling to do that. And that confuses me. That confuses me. Because it's like you have all of the opportunities. Look, instead of focusing on, you know, and this right here is for the people that see opportunities every single day, but you don't know what to take action on. You don't know what's going to work. Let me tell you this. I've done practically every single online business model that there is. I've done affiliate marketing. I still do YouTube automation. I still do affiliate marketing. I've done drop shipping. I've done e-commerce. I've done Amazon. I've done network marketing. I've done, you know, all of these methods I've sold my own courses. You know, I've done all of these methods to make money. And let me break something down for you. Every single method works. Every single method works. Now, the question is not if the method works. The question is, why doesn't the method work for you? It's your mindset behind what you're doing. Anything that you start with a fearful, afraid mindset, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. But I said all that to say that, you know, if you're afraid of figuring out what business model works, all of them works. Here's what you got to think. How can I solve a problem for someone else? That's all you have to think. Because every business model, all they're doing is they're solving a problem for an audience. They're solving a problem. Once you understand who you want to promote to, meaning who you want to sell to, most people end up selling to their older self, right? Their younger self. I end up, selling. I know that a lot of the people that buy my products are usually men over the age of 30 and up. I'm selling to my older self. So I know exactly how to speak to the person that I used to be. I know exactly how to speak to that person. But I'm selling to my older self. Once you figure out who you want to sell to, the next thing is, since you're basically going to be selling to your older self, you know what problems you had. So you find a solution to a problem that you had, that you know other people are going to have the same problem, and then you put content in front of them which shows them that you're the person that can help them solve their problem. What is difficult about that? What's difficult about that? All I'm doing right now making this video is I am showing you that not only I'm able to, create content, but I'm able to create content that can literally help you solve a problem if the problems that I speak about is a problem that you have. This is not rocket science, but the thing is, if you don't start, you will never get to the point in your life that you say out of your mouth that you want to live. And that, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you work a job that you don't like, if you don't make enough money, if you're not able to pay your bills, I'm talking to you. So at the end of the day, man, you got to either make a choice to either continue to be lazy, continue to be afraid, or take the necessary step to be able to do what you have to do. Because it's not nobody else holding you back. It's you holding you back. You're stopping you. Nobody else is stopping you. You're stopping you. And until you get out of your own way, things will not change. They won't change. It'll always be a wish, a hope. And here's the craziest thing, man. I am a Christian. I love God. But what I see people doing is I see people praying, not willing to take any action, not willing to take any risk, not willing to invest any money, but they're praying for God to continue to give them opportunities. They're praying for God to continue to help them get to another level. They're praying for God to give them money. But yet you're not willing to do your part. How does that work? How does that work? What you are doing is you're putting someone else, God, in control of what you need to be doing. That's where a lot of Christians mess up. We want God to give us money. He gives us the ability to make money. We want God to give us opportunities. You see those every single day. Now, who's stopping you from taking action? You or God? Who's stopping you from learning and growing? You or God? You have to get out of your own way. And that it doesn't matter how old you are. You got to get out of your own way. And until you do that, life will continue to be the exact same way that it is now. Now, I have a free 5-day training that I'll be doing soon. Click the link in the description and get access to the free 5-day training. Or I have a few free things down there that you can check out. I also have, some courses down there if you want to start learning and mastering the skills that you need to be able to make money online. You can click the links in the description and go ahead and take action. Other than that, I will see you on the next video. Have a great day. Peace.